What's going on, guys? Austin here at the Sound Room AVL, and I'm showing you how to play Melissa on the acoustic guitar today. As you saw in my intro there's some strange looking chords, and if you look this up for charts and things like that, it's going to show some really wild looking chords, but they're really just kind of short versions of bar chords. So let's look at that. The first one's easy, E major. That's what key this is in too. If you want to solo, you're in E major. Whatever Duane does is better than what I do. But then we're going to go to the 2 minor chord of E major, which is an F sharp minor here. And if you played that as a full bar chord, it would look like this. We're going to come back and adjust that in a minute. The next chord is the 3 minor. So we're just walking right up the natural chords of the scale here. So we're just taking that minor chord 2 frets up to the 4th fret. And then back down to that F sharp minor. And that sounds pretty good. But it's not exactly how they do it. What you want to achieve by making these kind of weird chords is you want to leave the bottom 2 strings, the B string and the E string, open throughout each one of these chords. Now, how do you make a bar chord and leave the bottom 2 strings open? Well, you use your thumb. Your thumb's going to come around on this F sharp note and pick up the 2nd fret of the E string. Then you're going to build the E minor chord. So you have the 4th fret of the A string and the 4th fret of the D string there with your 3rd and pinky. And that's essentially just making a power chord. But you're using your thumb to hit the root. Now we need to use our 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the G string to create that minor chord feel. And that leaves the B string and the E string open on the bottom 2. And there's where that sort of really chimey, high-pitched chord comes from. And then you're just going to slide that up for the G sharp. Crossroads seem to come and go. Yeah. Now for strum pattern in this, that's a little bit tricky too. You can see my right hand likes to keep moving in that 16th note pattern, and the rhythms that I'm omitting are kind of what make up a feel. You do have beats 1 and 2, which are just down strums. And it's really nice to try and pick up the low end or the top strings on the 1st beat and try to pick up the high end or the bottom strings on the 2nd beat. 1, 2. So you're going to come back and hit those up, down. That's more of an 8th note feel. 1, 2, and then pick up the last 4 strums, just straight 8th notes. Dat, 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 dat. So here we go. Let's put it all together. 1, 2, ready. Crossroads she flies her cold cold. There you have it. That's the intro to Melissa. It's going to go into some other chords. I'll make a part 2 for that. It's really pretty interesting the way they use the E major scale. So drop me a comment if you like this video and you want to see part 2. Thanks. Have a good one.